Welcome back to our virtual audience. What a fantastic lunch program. We hope it gave you a lot to think about. And now I actually have a very exciting announcement and very exciting guest from Replit. I'd love to introduce you all to Patrick Coleman, the VP of Growth from Replit. Replit is an online coding platform and the most fun, powerful, and approachable tool to learn and teach programming. Their mission is to bring 1 billion software creators online. So, Patrick, I'd love to give the floor to you. Would love to hear a little bit more just straight from you what Replit does and your vision for education and coding.
Yeah, that's a great question. Starting with what Replit does. As Claire mentioned, Replit is a website where anybody can code and they can get started for free. And you can program in any programming language. And what we have found and what we are trying to solve is that the thing that makes it hard for people to learn and hard for people to get started is often not writing that first line of code, but it's just setting up your system, setting up your computer to even be able to start coding in the first place. And we let people go from zero to hello world in less than a minute.
That's amazing. And so you guys recently had a pretty big announcement this past Saturday. You announced a crowdfunding campaign. I'd love to hear a little bit more about it and why you decided to take this approach.
Yeah, absolutely. So this Saturday, we did our first ever Replit conference for our users. Most of our users are outside of the United States. Many young people who are coding to learn, coding to build, starting businesses. We actually just had a kid in India share with us that he made more in a month from the work that he was building and had learned on Replit than his family had made in an entire year.
Wow.
So we wanted to bring this whole community together from around the world, and we did our first virtual conference on Saturday. And we had a kind of long list of programming, sharing our product roadmap, the exciting things coming. And one of the things that we announced was a crowdfunder round. And we did it with WeFunder. And our thought here was that we wanted to give all of our community a chance to participate in the upside that we would have as a business. And within 24 hours, the round was oversubscribed. So the community is really excited. They love what we're building. We just passed 13 million total users and have just had tremendous growth and excitement.
Congratulations. And I know many of that audiences, or many of those users are both international and actually very young. I'd also love to dig a little bit into another pretty recent announcement in the past couple of months around Replit, I guess, diving deeper into Web3 and having Solidity available on there. I'd love to hear your thoughts and why Web3 for Replit.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, at Replit, we're trying to build a platform for everyone, and there are a lot of entry points for people into programming. Intro to game development remains a thing that gets young people very excited to learn to code, and we built a game development library called Kaboom.js, built on top of JavaScript. People love creating Discord bots and Fortnite lobby bots, and we've made that really easy and fun and accessible on Replit too. And Web3 is a huge entry point for young people who are building their first businesses and building really exciting and innovative things online. And we have wanted to enable and empower these young people to be able to create great things. So what we did is we built a Solidity, which is the programming language for Ethereum, template on Replit, so that people can get started and build real things. And I'm not an engineer, and I've done a little bit of coding in my life, but over the course of about an hour and a half going through the tutorial, I was actually able to create and deploy an NFT. And it really is that easy, and I would encourage anybody that's interested and curious to learn more about Web3 to understand the technology behind it too. And I think Replit is the easiest and fastest way to learn and to get up to speed on that.
That's awesome. I know I certainly will be attempting to make an NFT on Replit after this conference. So I wanted to shift the conversation to our next session. Thank you, Patrick, for highlighting Replit. It's awesome. Our next conversation will be driving high outcomes for the underserved in India. And this session will be actually moderated by Deborah Quazzo, and we'll showcase the CEOs of Apna, Lead Schools, Slam Out Loud, Sunstone University, and Rocket Learning to talk about how these entrepreneurs have delivered access to quality education and improved affordability in the next wave of Indian ed tech. Enjoy and see you back here soon.